Hello everybody, welcome back to the 88 Eagles Den, or if you're new here, welcome to the 88 Eagles Den, where I have 88 eagles and I ask them their name and message. Today we're on number 34, Bob, and Bob is right here. This doesn't really do it justice what he looks like. You can kind of see the sparkle in his wings. I'll just turn this around, turn him around, you can see. Go all the way around. I just want you to catch all the details and how he sparkles. You can kind of see it sparkle. See that he's really sparkling. I'm going to leave him right there so you can sort of see that. Can you see that sparkle? So, this is Bob. And the message, what he wants me to talk about is let go to float to the top. And I made some notes earlier because I wanted to know what he meant by that, let go to float to the top. And I'm just reading some notes, and what he's talking about is letting go of societal ways that society has expectations of us, and to let go of that so you can float to the top, so you can soar high above the ground, letting go of heavy emotional burdens, allowing you to rise above your challenges. So I'm just reading my notes, this aligns with shedding what no longer serves you to achieve a higher state of being. Yeah, so he's saying to trust your intuition and to use the wind beneath your wings, which translates to, the wind beneath your wings translates to all the issues that you have going on in your life. Like any, if you have any worries or anxiety, fears, all those emotions that don't feel good, instead of sitting in them and having them ground you to the earth, meaning that ground you to, I don't even mean ground you to the earth, because we are human, we are grounded to the earth, but in a metaphor, what he's saying is to be frozen, to take no action at all because you're just stuck in fear, stuck in anxiety, and to use that energy, let go of that, and use that energy, that momentum, to float to the top, meaning to use that as a wind beneath your wings to fly, to soar. And as you can see, he is soaring. He's turning on an angle. I mean, he is in the air. He is so in the air right now. And the idea too is that, an eagle, you would think maybe would, be looking like this, be flying. But he's like this right now, showing us that to be your authentic self, to fly on an angle, to do the things on an angle, to let go of societal ways that, people have expectations of you based on what society expects, but it's not always it's not always who you are, so yeah, he's saying, I'm just reading my notes again. Letting go of fears and doubts, tapping into your true potential and your capabilities, the self-discovery, empowerment, and also, your connection to the universe, connection to all the, nature, Let me see, what else do I have here? Yeah, let go of distractions that weigh you down. Yeah, let go and float to the top. Embrace your journey. Trust in the process. Rise above challenges with grace and strength of the eagle. So Bob, I asked earlier, and I was taking notes down, and basically, he's saying to awaken to your true potential. Awaken to your true potential. Let go to float to the top. So if you even think about when I say that, like let go and float to the top, and I'm looking at Bob right now, letting go and float to the top, just letting go of all your insecurities, letting go of things, what will they say, do they even believe me, or all these things that go through your mind that have you frozen and stuck. You're afraid to move in case what other people think of you. And people don't really give that much of a flying F as much as you think they do. People are busy doing their own thing, and people have their own opinion about different things, but the amount of energy that you put into what other people think of you is kind of over the top. It's kind of over the top because the way you're afraid of what they're thinking about you, and they're afraid of what you are thinking about them. It's kind of funny if you look at two people, this person's afraid of what they think of them, and that person's afraid of what they think about them. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, so it's not as huge as what you think it is, because they're thinking about other things. And people have their own opinions. Everybody, it's very subjective. How one person thinks about you is not the same as another person thinks about you. So there's no way you can please everybody based on how they think about you. Because at the end of the day, you're really just be yourself. Just be yourself. That way you don't have to think about that. Just be yourself. Show up you, no matter where, no matter who you're with. Just be yourself, and that will allow you, because you're letting go of all those fears, letting go of all those self-judgments. You're letting go of, make-believe things that you have in your head that just don't exist. They may exist in your head, but, our mind is very funny sometimes, because we may have been hurt in one area before, and we project that fear onto everybody. This person is looking at you like you're the best thing since mom's apple pie. You're like, wow, you're the best thing since mom's apple pie. And meanwhile, you're thinking that they think of you as shit. And that's not how they think about you at all. But you already projecting how they think about you. I was with a friend the other day, and he had his music on, and somebody blurted out, "Hey, nice tunes." And he said, "Fuck off." It's like, excuse me? Like, why would you say that? He didn't know that the guy was complimenting him. He just all of a sudden just reacted like the world is after him. He's just angry at everybody. Like, wow, man, that's pretty tense. Like, that's a little bit much. So, I don't talk to him anymore. So I was like, okay, could you imagine, right? So, but this is how it is. Like, we project to other people what we think that they think about us, and we already assume what they think about us, and we didn't even give them a chance to approach us or anything. We just assumed that. So Bob is saying, let go of all that. Let go of all your limitations, societal expectations. Look at Bob. He's flying. He's on an angle. He's being himself. He's soaring in the wind. Use all those fears and all those emotions. Just use that as momentum to raise you higher up, to help you soar and to feel how great that energy, because all it is energy. That energy, you can use that as energy to lift you up higher so you can see things clearly. Because when the smoke clears, you can see things clearly. So the idea is not to stay in that feeling of fear, of guilt, and all that stuff that just does not feel good. It's not good for your body. Your nervous system gets all out of whack. Your body just starts, you go into fight or flight mode. But instead of staying in that, use that energy as wind beneath your wings to fly higher. And when you fly above the bullshit really high and you're soaring like Bob, you're letting go and using that to float to the top. All of a sudden, whoop, the wind just comes along and whoa. And that's what eagles do. They use the wind to navigate. They fly into it so it raises them up higher naturally. So Bob is saying to let go so you can use that to float to the top, and you go up higher, and then you have better clarity. You can see things because you're not in survival mode, you're not in guilt mode, you're not in fear mode. All those things are just, you dissolved all that, and you're able to actually use your creativity, come up with better solutions, because now you have more space in your body for those, those messages, that intuition to come in you. When you're topped up with all those other emotions, there's no space in you. You're in fight or flight mode. You're in fear mode. There's not. You can't even think about solutions or being creative or any of that stuff. It's not even there. So Bob is saying to let go and feel that energy move through you and use it to float to the top naturally, soaring in the sky, liberation and freedom. Because that's what he is. Look at him. He's just there. Like, don't you see? He's like liberated. He's like soaring. Could you imagine Bob looking at him right now as he's up high in the sky, soaring on an angle like that, coming around the corner? Choo! Can you feel that? Your wings wide open and you're just soaring in the sky. You just like exhale. I just feel like, okay. You feel much better. You feel a lot better. Yeah, breaking free of limitations. And when you feel limited, let go and let that energy raise you up higher. With grace and ease. See, he's with grace and ease. Yeah. It's very beautiful. So what else does he have here? Releasing emotional baggage. Yeah, releasing emotional baggage. Again, letting go. It just comes down. Let go to float to the top. Letting go of emotional baggage. You cannot fly. You cannot soar if you're holding on to baggage. It's too heavy. So all the past stuff, the things that are there, and I know it's hard sometimes when you hear a love song, you start reminiscing, or you watch a movie and you remember, that movie, I remember that movie when I was such and such age, or you start having these flashbacks and emotional things, and you wonder and you think, oh, what if, and all that. And I get it. I do that too. But the idea is to be conscious of those thoughts, because you can go down a really deep dark hole and it'll take you somewhere where if you go there, sometimes it can be really hard to get out of. And I'm talking about, like, you listen to a love song And then all of a sudden you're thinking about this, and then that thought takes you to another thought, and that thought takes you to another thought, and then before you know it, you're like, oh, my life. And when you stop and look around you, you're not at the roller rink anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, this isn't, like, that time is past. You all of a sudden start making things up in your head, because remember who you are right now. The definition of your past, you're defining it as you are right now. Because at that moment, in that moment, back when, you had a definition of yourself at that moment. And you're not the same person that you were yesterday, last month, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. You're not the same person. So when you're looking at old pictures or songs come up, yeah, you're reminiscing, but you're looking at that as who you are now. And you have to remember that, because who you were then is not who you are now. So you're defining it from where you are now. You know what I mean? So however you felt then is who you were then. So, when you listen to an old song and you start reminiscing and you feel sad or you feel good or whatever it may be, but whatever you're feeling you're feeling it now. You're not back there. You can't, whatever happened before, if you want to duplicate that, it's going to be kind of difficult to duplicate it by like details, because you're not the same person you are now. You're not the same person that you were back then. So what I'm saying is that a lot of times we are not here, is really what I'm trying to say, is that a lot of times we're not here. We're either in the past or we're in the future. It's very seldom that we're actually in this present moment. So what Bob is saying also is like, let go to flow to the top, meaning that to come back to this present moment. To recognize it when you start thinking about the what ifs and this and that and this and that and about your future, and you get nervous and you get petrified and you freeze, because you're thinking about, well, the past and this and that and this and that. Where are you? You're not here. You're not having any creativity, any ideas or anything new that comes up. You're just thinking about the past and thinking about the future. And all the ideas are coming at you right now, but you're like somewhere else. You're not in the present. So Bob is saying just to let go of the future, let go of the past, because everything is happening right now. And each moment, the ideas will come. Your intuition is the present moment. And your intuition will guide you and give you new ideas and new revelations. And your intuition will help you, teach you about who you are today. How far you've come, and new discoveries about yourself, and help you when you look at the mirror. You're looking at this fresh new face, who you are today, and how far you come, and all the things that you discovered about yourself. Your intuition is there to help you play your song now, your new song, not an old song, the new song, because this song that you are, it's not a repeating song. It's a song in you that it goes on and on and on and on and on. It's not it's not a repeating song. You have notes in you. You were born to play. And Bob is saying, when you're playing the notes in you, you got to pay attention. You have to be aware and be intuitive and be conscious, because the universe is giving you messages and giving you ideas to play. And if you just keep repeating the same songs from before, you're not moving forward. You're not part of the orchestra of the universe, because it's a universe where one song, universe. And if you just sit there and think, well, the future, I'm going to play what I've been playing my whole life, well, that's not good either, because you already played that. The idea is to keep growing and playing your song in you, like listening for the notes, being tuned in to the unified field, be tuned into the universe so you're connected. You know, when you feel connected, you're able to be in tune, and you know, you get these hits, this intuition. You go, I gotta go here, I gotta go there. That's you being connected to everything, nature, everything, trees, birds, all of it. So when you're present in this moment, you are tuned in with everything. When you get this feeling to go left, you go left. To go to the store, to go to the park, to make that phone call, to read a book, to check your email, whatever it is, that's you playing your song. You're playing the notes. So he's saying to let go, to float to the top, because all these things are just natural. It just comes every breath is like another note, and you got to be here so the universe can connect to you. There's no connection. They're like, hey, where is she? Where is he? What is he doing? And, oh, he's on the bleachers. He's just sitting there. Doesn't he want to play? He's here in this body. Doesn't he want to play? Well, I don't know. He's thinking about the game that happened like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, you know how much better we are now? That was 2 years ago. Man, we are so much better now. You know how much stuff we've done in the last 2 years? Why is she sitting there thinking about on the bleachers about last year or 2 years ago? Come on. Got things to do. We got actions to take. We got our body to play. We have organs. We have a heartbeat that's beating, the drums. We have vocal cords. We have a spinal cord. I mean, we're part of this universe. And then the spaces between that are the times when we rest. You know, the times when we don't, like, because the music, what makes music is the spaces between the notes. So sometimes, you know, we have to pause, in which we do, we connect. That's why meditation is really good, because meditation is an opportunity for us to recalibrate ourselves and come back in, because sometimes we can get chaotic and all over the place. So meditation is good. Bring it all back in again and recalibrate and tune in to our heart, so we can know and pay attention to this present moment. And that's a beautiful thing too, because when you really feel connected like that, it's easier for you to approach people. It's easier for you to be connected to people. When someone's talking to you, you're actually present with them. You're not, worried about looking at your cell phone all the time. You're actually curious about what they're saying, like you're tuned into them. And that's someone who's connected. They're actually listening. So Bob here, his beautiful self, his sparkly self, his flowing, gracefully soaring to the sky, is saying to let go, be courageous, to let go. When you're walking, be present. Put your head up when you're walking. A lot of people have their head down. When you're walking, put your head up and look around you. Look at all the things around you. Be present. Look at the trees and the sidewalk if you want to look down. But at least if you're looking down, have a reason to look at how unique the sidewalk is. But look at the buildings. Look at people when they walk by. Smile. Be curious. When you let go, then curiosity sets in, and you're curious about everything because you're starting to connect. Wow, I never saw that before. I never saw that before. And then the ideas will come in, and the solutions will come in, and you're flying, you're soaring. and you're feeling it. And that's what he's saying, you know, you're releasing emotional baggage. Don't be afraid to do that, because you're better for yourself, better for your body, for your heart. Your nervous system will be able to just calm down. And yeah, you'll have a better idea of things that no longer serve you, because you'll be fearless. You'll start to recognize that these things no longer serve me. And what I mean is that you'll start to recognize that these repeating voices in your head are just like, it's over and over from long time ago, like long time ago. And you've been repeating the same beliefs that they're not even relevant to right now. It's just not even, you know, like Elvis is gone, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think that he's still here, but he's not here anymore. You know, like, we're repeating the same beliefs that, it's you know, and it's really exhausting to keep those beliefs alive when they don't exist. It's easier to recognize who you are, and what I mean by that is recognize that a lot of the fears, beliefs, are just beliefs that are from before, that something happened and you created a belief, or your parents or your teacher that you had years ago, or all this stuff is created from a long time ago. I know, an ex-partner or something, they said something to you and they made you feel a certain way, and that's just been with you ever since. That's a long time ago. Like, when you actually stop and ask yourself, what do I have to believe? Like, what am I believing? Like, why am I believing this about myself? Like, what is it that I'm believing about myself that has me feeling this way? And then when you really go a little bit deeper, okay, so I'm scared that this is going to happen. Why are you scared that this is going to happen? Because of that. Well, when did that happen? That happened then. Well, who are you with? What happened at that time? Well, I was with this person and that happened. Okay, well, then you go on and go, well, where are you now? Well, you're not there. You're here. So what makes you think it's going to happen again? Well, I don't know. I just think that maybe, you know, it happened then, so I think it's going to happen now. Yeah, well, you're not even with the same people. You're not even in the same environment. You're not, like, you don't even look the same. You don't even look like you did when you were back then, because you're taller. You're, you know, like, you had like 4 or 5 haircuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, your whole body has restored itself. Like, you just physically, you know, things, your red cells, your blood cells replenish themselves. Like, and you're not physically the same person and you were from whenever that thing happened. And you're just like stuck in this movie that's playing in your head of some scary movie. Like, there's a boogeyman under your bed. And there's no boogeyman under your bed. There's no boogeyman under your bed. You just have to recognize that. So, if you just realize these things, your beliefs, and choose the beliefs that you know that God loves you, you're not alone, you're absolutely not alone, and know that you are loved, and you are seen, and your gifts are valuable, and you are special, and you matter. I can tell you that right now, like, you matter because you're part of this whole universe. You were born with certain gifts, and only you have that gift, and you are seen every day. Even though you may not feel like you're seen, but you got 88 eagles that are watching you. You have God, you know, that's watching you. And the fact that you're here right now, you know that. You know that you're special. You know that there's a voice in you, inside of you, that loves you so much that you wouldn't feel bad if there's not something in you that feels good. So the fact that something is off, that means that something is on. And when you have fear, that means something is fearless. And you have to tap into, well, like what's that part of me that's feeling really good right now? Because if I feel like shit, I know there's a part of me that feels really good. What is that? What is that part of me that feels really good right now? Maybe you don't know, but you do know. You just don't maybe want to admit it. And you got to go there. Because for your health, for your nervous system, you got to fly like an eagle. You got to fly high. Love is very powerful. Flowers blossom. I call them eagle blossoms. They blossom very beautifully because they follow the sun. If you look at trees, if they're angling over a little bit, it's because they're growing towards the sun. That's nature, and we're part of nature. So we should follow what is natural to us, what feels good to us, what is loving to us. And if something doesn't feel good, then it's not good. They say if it's too good to be true, then it's not true. Actually, if it's good, it's God. If it feels good, then that's God. That's a lot of love. And you are loved. So Bob is here to tell us today to let go and allow nature, allow the energy to help you float up, allow the love of nature to help you see yourself the way that God sees you. Allow the energy, all those emotions that don't feel good, let go of them all and let God help you float up and fly really high and open your wings and feel the love that God has for you. See how much God loves you. That's what I'm saying, is that He wants you to see yourself like He sees you. And that means that you have to let go of all those limiting beliefs and fly and soar and trust that the wind has your back. Your wings are strong. If you fly and let go, your wings are strong enough to fly. So it's okay. You're not going to fall. Your wings are strong. So understand that. Look at Bob. He's just soaring. So tune into your heart and know that you're loved. And when you let go, you will align to your heart. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Bob. I love you, Bob. So don't forget to fly higher. Fly higher than that. Bye for now. I'll see you on the next video, and thanks for watching.